Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Valente Chrissy, and if you are looking for a change in your life, you're at the right channel, because on this channel we are all about self-improvement. On this video, as you can see with the title, I'll be talking about things that I've learned in my 20s based on relationships. I have been in quite relationships. It's romantic relationship, family relationship, at friendship, as well as work or business relationship. And I'll be sharing about things that I've learned. I'm currently in my half 20s. I am 26. I'm sorry, I like to disclose my age. Okay, so I'm in my mid 20s, as I have mentioned. So I have learned quite a number of things about relationships that I've been to, and I do believe that you enjoy this video. If you do, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the comment section below. So the first thing that I've learned about relationships is that you need to be intentional when you're entering a relationship. Setting your intentions clear is gonna make it easy for you to know why you want to enter in that kind of relationship and how is it beneficial for you. Because I have been so naive in my early 20s by just entering a relationship because I think it's good for me, and then I find out immediately on, when after like few months or after certain things happen, that okay, this is actually not for me, and that is too late. So you need to set your intentions and be intentional about the relationships you are putting yourself into. The second thing is you need to find yourself first. So I've been in positions where I was not okay mentally, physically, and emotionally. And trust me, one thing when you're entering a relationship and you're not okay, you're gonna destroy the other person, because it's like they will have to feel you. Remember, when you're entering a relationship, it is very important to be filled yourself. It's important to work on yourself first, and to know that you love yourself enough to love other people, or you respect yourself enough to be able to respect another part. So loving yourself first is the major thing that you have to do, especially if you want to enter a new relationship. It is important to feel yourself first, work on yourself first, and you'll be able to work on the other relationship, and also to pour more into other people. Another thing that I've learned is that relationship is not just one-sided, so it requires so much work. When you're entering a relationship, you need to know that it's actually a full-time job, any kind of relationship, and you need to show up every time, because it requires you to show up. It requires you to be patient enough. It requires you to learn about the other part, and to learn what they like, what they don't like, how are they living their lives, and all those things. So you need to be more patient. You need to be willing to listen, especially in a romantic relationship. You need to be willing to listen, to learn, and to grow with the other part. It's very important to know how to be patient yourself, because the relationship that you're entering is going to require a lot of patience, a lot of learning in order for it to grow. Also, people you're entering, or a person you are entering your relationship with, they have needs, they have desires, they have goals, and they have purpose in their lives. So you need to make sure that you understand those things in order for your relationship to work. Another thing is one thing that I used to struggle with a lot, but now I have learned to be okay with it. This is what you get from our friends and families when they're trying to advise us about certain things or relationships that you are in. They'll say relationship comes and goes, there is another point. So if a relationship does not work for you, or it doesn't work in your favor, it's okay to let it go. It's okay to say, you know what, this is not for me. This doesn't serve my purpose. It doesn't serve my goal. It's not what I want, and it's okay to let it go. Whether it's like after 2 hours, or after a week, or or a month, you can just say, okay, this is actually not for me, and let me let it go. You releasing the relationship that you are in, it's making a room for you to find something that you are looking for, and to find something of your desire. So when you find something of your desire, you don't have to question, you don't have to be complaining, you don't have to be complaining to everyone and be like, oh, I'm not happy, I'm not satisfied. It because you allow yourself to be in a relationship or space that doesn't make you happy. So if something is not for you, shift, move, and allow God to give you something of your desire and something that is going to make you happy. Another thing that I've learned is all relationships is supposed to be fun, and it's supposed to be enjoyed by both parties. I'll talk a lot about romantic partnership or relationship and friendships as well. It doesn't have to be, one-sided. A relationship will have seasons. There's a summer, there's winter, there's a spring, there's autumn. So you need to understand that in those moments, you won't always get the same, or your partner or your friend or your business partner is not always going to be giving you the same thing that you desire. It depends on their season and what they can give at that time. And I feel like you have to be more understanding in that part, that it's not all about you, and it's not always about you. And sometimes you'll be required certain things that they can't even be able to give, and you have to understand what's okay. There is their season, and it's gonna shift. You're gonna be in that season as well, and you have to do the same thing. And sometimes it's hard, especially in a relationship, when you feel like you're pouring more than the other part, or what you want at the time is not what they are giving you. But you have to understand that it's their season of not being able to give at the time, and when it comes, you will know. So it's very important to make sure that you do enjoy the relationship and you keep it fun, especially as introverts. I always see with myself, I really fail to initiate, but now I do understand the importance of initiating. It's not always gonna be my partner who's like, okay, let's do this. And on that, I also need to have a word, and to allow myself to say things such as, okay, no, not at this time, I cannot do that at this time. So you must have a voice, and allow yourself to enjoy your space, allow yourself to enjoy the relationship. Another thing is similar to my previous point, and it's something that you don't want to do, including myself, because it's so hard. But at the end of the day, it's something that is very good, especially when you're trying to work out your relationships. Okay, so it is compromising. So compromising is being required to actually accept something that is lower than your standard. You know that, okay, it's something I actually won't do, but because you have to think about the other party, you have to compromise. It's not always about you, and there are certain things you don't necessarily have to compromise everything, but there are certain things that will still keep your relationship going, or they will still keep you going in life even if you compromise. Another point is what we don't do a lot, and we find ourselves in situations where we feel like we are being used by our partners or our friends, because we do not set boundaries. So when you're entering a relationship, it's very important, or when you are in a relationship, it's very important to set boundaries and state it clear what you can do and what you cannot do, what you can compromise, what you cannot compromise, what you can accept and what you cannot accept. So it's very important to set boundaries. And what make a lot of people, including me previously, is feeling like I'm being used, as I mentioned, feeling like I'm giving my all, and feeling like I'm just pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring, and I'm not receiving anything. It because I allowed myself to be in that state. So it's very important to set your boundaries when you're entering a relationship, and also when you are in any sort of relationship. The last one is also similar to the one I mentioned, is relationship has seasons. As I mentioned, there is a season for summer, which is a honeymoon phase. A honeymoon phase is when you are just in a first stage of relationship. You are enjoying yourself. You are just there, and that is after actually the agreement that you have with the other party, saying that okay, I agree to enter to this relationship. So let's see how it goes. In that stage, there's a lot of promises. In that stage, there's a lot of what I will do for you. Okay, in this stage is where people present themselves as good. And trust me, it does change. So when it changes, you need to understand that the season of honeymoon has ended. So now it's winter. Are you able to deal with the difficulties of the relationship? And when it's not nice anymore, when the promises are being are not being kept, not because maybe the other party can't be able to keep those promises, maybe they can't at that time. So you need to understand and you need to learn the other party on how you can work it around, without you thinking, okay, just because I'm on the season I should quit. No, you shouldn't quit. Relationships are good, and especially if you see that okay, this one is worth for me to stay, this one is worth for me to be patient, and you can see that by um the things that you do with the other party. You can see that with the things that the other party is saying. Sometimes they say, and I do believe it's that actions speak louder than words. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have watched it until this far, and if you do enjoy it, please do like, subscribe, and comment, and please do not forget to share this video. And if you would like me to talk about anything, I am open for your suggestion, and I will see you on my next video. Bye for now.